Hey folks, Brad Scott from Canadian Cowboy Outdoors here. Hey listen, through experience, biology, science, and technology, we're going to make you a better angler. First of all, I'd like to thank y'all for joining me on my channel here. Today's video, we're going to talk about ice and the creation of ice. We're not going all the way back to Genesis in the Bible. We're going about the creation of ice in the wintertime. We're going to estimate how much ice is made over a period of time based on the temperature. I want first to have a little bit of disclaimer here to say that no ice is safe ice. And this method that we're using is only a method to predict the thickness of ice. Nothing better beats going out yourself with a spud bar, testing the ice before you ever venture out to go ice fishing. But folks, while you're at home and you're watching the temperature drop and you're looking at the calendar, this is the scientific method of estimating how much ice growth over a period of time is going to happen. All right, we're going to use a little bit of graphics on the screen here, so follow closely along with me. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop them in the comments, and I'll be happy to help. All right, let's go to the graphics right now. Let's take a look. First of all, you want to go to the web. That's right, the interweb's got all kinds of fun information. We're going to go to the Weather Channel. Like the Weather Channel, because it has a monthly calendar of the historic temperature. So we have to work with historic temperatures here first, folks. We can't work with predictive temperatures because we know predicting temperatures isn't accurate at all. We're going to go with historic temperatures to see what was the temperature last week. Let's find out how much ice was made last week. Let's take a look here. First of all, we're going to have to switch to Fahrenheit. That's right, for all my Canadian friends up here, this math only works for Fahrenheit degrees. All right, let's go to Fahrenheit. Then let's type in the area we're going to go fish, and we're going to go up to Temagami, Ontario. That's up in northern Ontario. All right, folks, now we're up in Temagami. We're going to pull up the monthly calendar, and let's have a look at January here on the monthly calendar so we can see some historical data. That's right. So over here in January, let's look at January the 21st. That's the Sunday, the 21st. We see that there was a high temperature of 16 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 6. In that 24-hour period, how much ice was made? All right, let's figure it out. First, we're going to take an average temperature for that 24-hour period. So the average temperature, that means the high was 16, the low was 6, the average temperature is 11. Now, you can figure out your own way to find your average temperature. Personally, I like to take 16 minus 6 is 10, divided by 2 is 5, 6 plus 5 is 11. All right, that's my method. You guys can figure it out your own way. Find your average temperature for that day. Next, we know that the freezing temperature of water is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So what we want to figure out is what is the freezing degrees for that 24-hour period. So 32 is the freezing temperature. 11 was the average temperature. So 32 minus 11 equals 21. That means there was 21 freezing degrees on that 24-hour period. What does that mean, freezing degrees? Well, it takes 15 freezing degrees in a 24-hour period to make 1 inch of ice. So if I take my 21 freezing degrees and I divide it by my standard of 15 for 1 inch of 24-hour period, I got 21 divided by 15. That's going to equal 1.4 inches of ice formed in that 24-hour period. Now let's take a look at Monday. I did the math already. I ended up with 0.2 inches of ice in that 24-hour period for Monday. Tuesday, 0.7 inches of ice estimated growth for that 24-hour period of Tuesday. And Wednesday, 0.8 inches of ice estimated growth. Of course, there are going to be other factors that are going to determine the estimated growth. It's going to be snow cover. So we've had a lot of snow cover. You can bet that there's going to be a little less ice growth. If we have wind and no snow cover, we're going to have a greater growth of ice than 1.4 inches in a 24-hour period for the Sunday. So anyways, I'm going to take those 4 days, 1.4, 0.2, 0.7, and 0.8, add them up, and in those 4 days, I have 3.1 inches of ice made in those 4 days. That's a great way, folks, for being able to sit at home and kind of estimate when is the right time to go out, hit the water, and test for yourself and see if we're safe for ice fishing. Folks, no ice is safe ice, always, always. Spud, spud, step. Make sure you bring out your ice picks, a whistle, a float suit, and always ice fish with a buddy. Folks, thank you for joining me on my channel today, and we'll see you all on the ice.